Well, and welcome to another day in the racist ass United States. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about the globe and we're going to talk about culture. Because there's one culture here, dear, that's under attack and it's going to affect everyone no matter where you live. Did you know that there's one culture that dominates the globe? Everything from the clothes that you wear to the food that you eat to the music that you listen to. One culture that dominates, baby. I mean, dominates. Black American culture. And it's under attack here in the US of A. And you might be thinking to yourself, what the fuck is this white girl talking about today? Who brought you jazz? Black Americans. Who brought you rhythm and blues? Black Americans. Who brought you soul? Black Americans.
I'm gonna dumb it down. The US has a population of 330 million people, right? 55% of that is white. So that means there's 181 million white people and 42 million black people because we're only 13%. If 50% of black people are committing crimes, that would mean there would be 21 million black criminals. And if 30% of white people are committing crimes, that would mean there would be 54 million white people. So the number is higher. There would be more white criminals than there could ever be black criminals.
Hello everyone, welcome back to The Hidden Truth. I hope you are all doing well. In today's video, it's all about a white American woman whose comments about black American culture have gone viral. She argues that black American culture has had a major influence on music, fashion, language, entertainment, and civil rights around the world. Her remarks have sparked both praise and criticism, with many people debating whether her claims are accurate or exaggerated. We are going to watch some clips from different people sharing their perspective on this topic. As always, pay close attention to what is being said, and I'll be right back after to share my thoughts. Let's get into the clips.
If you could be any race other than the one you are, which would it be?
That's a great question. Black?
What is your current race?
I'm white.
What is one thing that you take pride in about being white?
There's a lot I look down upon being white.
What is something that you appreciate about black culture?
I just went to a recent concert that had a lot of black artists that I think are extremely inspiring. A lot of what they rap about is something that I cannot experience firsthand, and I'd like to understand it better, and part of that understanding I don't think I will achieve because I'm white.
And it seems like there's a lack of diversity here today, that it's mostly people who look like you and I, and I just
it is not for black people, for people of color to get out on the street. They're at risk when they do that. If anybody's going to get arrested here, it's going to be a black person. It is not safe for them, and they don't need to participate. We need to walk in their name.
That Nigerian woman's response to being called the N-word is exactly what black Americans are talking about. That's exactly what we're talking about, that people say that we're crazy, we're making up stuff. That's why we say it really is everybody versus us. Like, nobody likes us. So if you haven't seen, it's this black woman, well, let me not call her black, because they don't think that they're black. This Nigerian woman who is in Japan, Tokyo or something, and she's like in a fitting room or whatever, and she gets into a verbal altercation with a Asian woman, and the Asian woman calls her an N-word, and she corrects her. She says, I'm not an N-word, I'm Nigerian. Okay. Her response wasn't, how disgusting is it for you to use such a racial slur? Like, you should never call somebody a derogatory term like that. It was to correct her and say, I'm not an N-word, I'm Nigerian. We're not N-words. That's the black Americans. That's the African Americans. I'm Nigerian. I'm not an N-word. That, like, and I tried to, like, see it like maybe it was just her saying, I'm not an N-word. I'm a proud black woman. Like, you know, but it just didn't give that. It wasn't even, it was like the audacity of calling me an N-word. I'm not a black American. I'm Nigerian. I'm Nigerian. Like, and that's what black Americans talk about. And I understand people are going to say, well, not all Africans are like that. Okay, well, there's enough for us to notice a pattern. There's enough for us to notice a pattern. So if I'm not talking about you, if you're not one of those people, I'm not talking about you. But I'm talking about the ones who fit the agenda, right? And this is what we're talking about. People act like, you know, African Americans, black Americans just make up stuff in our mind. But no, it's videos like this. And this is one of many. And it's not just Nigerians. It's Africans from all over. the diaspora, right? It's, Black Caribbeans. It's just animosity. Like, I don't understand. If somebody called me an N-word, and my response wouldn't be, I'm not an N-word because I'm not Black American. I'm Nigerian. Come on now. Be so serious. Be serious. Like, that's... I don't know who to be more offended at. The Asian lady for being racist, because I mean, you're in Japan. They be taking pictures of Black people like they're monkeys over there in Japan and China and stuff like that. That's expected. But the Nigerian woman to be so offended to be compared to one of us, and you're Black. And let's be honest, where do you think the slaves came from? It was your ancestors selling mine, right? And now y'all mad, got animosity towards us because we got the better end of the bargain. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I wasn't feeling it.
Do you think it's important to date inside your culture?
Hell yeah, just
Why?
not white.
Why? Why not white?
I don't need nothing that colonized us. I'm not dating nothing that colonized us. And they trying to be us. Everybody want their lips done, right? Fillers, Black girls, we got that. Everybody want a tan, look orange, right? Brown girls, we got that, right? Everybody want braids, right?
I don't think everybody wants to be on welfare and live in a fatherless home.
The whites don't even see you as American. They see you as second-class citizen from Africa. This is why they call you African American. The difference between Black Americans and Africans is we don't give a fuck about what white people see us as or what white people think. We do not care. We don't worship whiteness. Not in 2025. When they threatened us with segregation, majority of us said, bring it on. We don't give a damn. We not walking up to them. White people care about Black people in America way more than we care about them. We're not trying to get invited to their cookouts. We're not trying to force ourselves in their spaces. Not in 2025. That's not what's happening. White people are constantly minding our business and coming up to us and asking us questions and wanting to be included and wanting to be invited and wanting to know what we got going on. Have you ever seen Karen videos? White women, they be obsessed. Obsessed. Utterly obsessed. We do not worship white people like y'all. A lot of y'all uphold white superiority. You ever want to see what leave it up to one of y'all. We don't do that bootlicking shit over here. We don't care what they think or what they consider us. We know what's on our birth certificates. I know what it says on my passport. I know where my lineage comes from. I know where my ancestors come from. It's a psychological mind trick to think that white people are fucking superior to you. There ain't no motherfucking white person superior to me. That hatred, that shit is love. Love and hate lives on the same spectrum. They love us so fucking much. They're so obsessed that it brewed into hate. A lot of it is envy, jealousy, admiration, inferiority. Not all. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. The fuck?
I think white people think that other people want to be them. I think they think other people want to be white. They actually think that people are looking at them ordering Charlie Kirk's at Starbucks in a show of solidarity and thinking, God, I wish that was fucking me. They think people want to be like them. Bro, nobody wants to be like white people.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
In every lifetime, if I ever got reincarnated, I would choose to be Black. This video is so funny because it is true. Like, white people think that they are the norm, the status quo, and that they are the blueprint for things, and everything outside of the scope of being white is not normal. I can speak boldly for the majority of Black people on earth, and I will say 99.999% of Black people. In every lifetime, if I ever got reincarnated, I would choose to be Black. With everything that we experience in the world, with everything, all the history we have, all the racism, microaggressions, macroaggressions existing in this world, having to prove yourself, being better than everybody just to get an equal level playing field, I would always choose to be Black. I couldn't imagine not having 20 cousins, having fake cousins, being communal, going to church, having growing up in my grandmother's house, having dinner at my grandma's house, having a drunk uncle that has hoop dreams at 50 who used to be a rapper. I couldn't imagine not having all the things that bring me together as a Black person with other Black people. Seasoned food. Rhythm. music, clothes, swag, style, impact. I just could not imagine not being this person. So if you're watching this and you're white and you really think that you are the blueprint because the world has told you so, that's a lie, bro. It's a lie. I would never want to be white. Even, don't get me wrong. There are some people out there that have issues internally, self-hatred, and that's due to our history in this land and the world. But the majority of us would always choose to be melanated in the next lifetime. Have a wonderful day.
Over your obsession with your melanin.
Absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely not. Melanin is one of the things that no matter how hard they try to figure it out, they can never do anything with it. Early 1900s, they have tried experiments to take melanin out of the skin of black people. But what she just said was actually extremely important. Get over your melanin. This is deeper than just color. Understand that the reason white Americans truly dislike black Americans is not simply because they think they're more superior. No, it's because black Americans will not conform to whiteness. No matter enslaving us, beating us, brutalizing us, stealing everything we got, burning everything down to the ground, we still sat there and looked at them and said, we ain't going that way. No matter how hard they wanted us to conform to white American, we would not get over our melanin. In this political, historical, and economic climate, understand that getting over your melanin is what they need you to do in order to control everything. Understand, this is the reason why they literally led crusades telling people of color melanin is not important. This is literally why they separated different ethnicities, calling them different shades of copper and brown and this and that and tan and blah, blah, blah. When the truth is, it's all melanated. This is where the $5 Indians come from. And now you got Frank running around here in an Apache outfit. This is why they took time to whitewash history. Understand, right? While they were stealing your history, they were too busy telling you, hey, just get over your melanin. Indigenous people of America were melanated. People from Africa were melanated. People all over the globe is melanated. They're the minority. And this is why they tell you to get over your melanin.
With the light that I have now, as a white woman who leads a black-led sport and celebrated here, I want to show a light on black women. They don't get the media coverage that they deserve. They've given so much to this sport and the community and society as a whole, and their value is undeniable. And the WNBA last season, the postseason awards, 80% of the winners were black, but they got half the amount of coverage as the white athletes. So I think it's time for change. I think we should use this power together to also celebrate black women. So to Maria Taylor, Robin Roberts, Maya Moore, Odyssey Alexander, to all the incredible black women in my life, on my teams, to Breonna Taylor and all the lives lost, and to those names who have not yet learned, but I hope to share, I stand behind you and I'll continue to follow you and follow your lead and fight for you guys. So I just want to say thank you for everything.
Welcome back. After watching those clips, what do you think? Do you believe Black American culture has become one of the most influential cultures in the world? Or do you think the speakers are overstating their case? There's no doubt that Black Americans have significant contribution to music, genres such as jazz, blues, gospel, R&B, soul, hip-hop, and many other forms of entertainment. Fashion, sports, language, and popular culture have also been shaped by the countless Black American cultures whose influence extends far beyond the United States. At the time, some of the speakers made broader claims about history, political, and social, whose opinions are debated, and not everyone agrees with every point raised in the clips. That is why it is important to look at the evidence, understand the historical context, and being willing to hear different viewpoints before reaching a conclusion. One thing that most people can agree on this is that many Black artists, inventors, athletes, activists, and community leaders have left a rising impact that deserves recognition. Acknowledging those contributions does take away from achievement of others. It simply gives credit to where it's due. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Black American culture can become one of the world's most influential culture forces? Why or why not? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below. And if you are enjoying this discussion, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who will be interested in joining the conversation. Now, let's watch a few more clips. Afterwards, I'll return with my final thoughts.
Oh, black culture has some serious problems. They promote degeneracy. They promote using drugs. They promote selling drugs. They promote being in gangs. They promote killing each other. They promote, having kids out of wedlock. They don't promote the family. The father isn't around. They promote using welfare. All this shit.
The people you call black Americans are not from Africa.
Okay.
We're from America.
I mean, if that's how you want it.
First of all, I'm about to bust that dry bubble that y'all got thinking that everything and everybody comes from Africa. How can humanity come from Africa when all of Africa's food comes from the rest of the world? Your biggest cash crops, cocoa and cassava, both come from America.
I actually love that you brought that up because I can finally talk about Africa before slavery. Because yes, we did exist before slavery. And Africa, especially West African countries, had peaceful trade with South America at that time. That's why you can find cassava and stuff like that in cultural food in West African countries. Because West African countries discovered America way before Europe did, way before. And there's actually a really, really interesting interview from Dr. Even van Santima, which is from the 80s, I think. It's on YouTube, where he talks about how advantaged Africans were and their travels to South America, their trade and stuff like that, and how much Europe did to try cover that up because they were embarrassed about how advantaged Africans were. So thank you for bringing it up. That's actually, I appreciate that.
Check yourself.
Checked.
So y'all trying to claim that we come from y'all, when in actuality, some of the people in Africa come from us. Y'all never heard about Liberia?
Okay, now I'm generally a little bit confused because even when we go off of your point of saying black Americans are not Africans, Liberia would still exist as a country, maybe with a different name, without black Americans, because it was never an empty piece of land. There were people living there before, and it actually caused a lot of difficult dynamics and even wars when they sent back black Americans. So yeah, just saying that they would exist without black Americans still.
Yeah. And y'all love to say that we ain't got no culture and we don't know who we are.
I totally agree on that because even I grew up learning that Americans have no culture. That was never just about black Americans, that was about Americans. And it took me a time to actually overthink what I've been hearing my whole life because it's simply not true. You have your own culture. Do I say, or would I say you're the blueprint? Absolutely not. I would never agree to that. But will I say you have a big impact? Absolutely. Absolutely, and I'm freaking proud of y'all for doing that. So yes, we should work on that, and we should definitely give black Americans their roses because they be working hard. Shit, yeah.
So who are you to even open your mouth and try to tell us who we are?
Honestly, especially in this time, no one can tell you who you are. If you want to be a tree, be a tree. If you want to be a cat, be a cat. And if you don't want to be African, don't be African. And this might sound sarcastic, but I don't mean it in that way. Like, seriously, if you don't want to be African, that's it. And I think Africans, or we in general, got to stop telling them who to be. If they want to not be African, that's fine. I'm totally fine with us being friends. I don't need to be your blood, and I don't need us to have the same roots for us to get along. Can we just stop fighting? Can we just do that?
I swear this is the last thing I'm going to say, but I just found this out. Montgomery Bra. Okay. The family that started it, if any of you other people had questions about their intentions or, oh, they were probably just drunk or it wasn't racism, it couldn't have been racism. Get this, I just found this out. They went to the hospital, like 4 of them went to the hospital because they were so messed up, right? They're in Montgomery, Alabama. So a lot of the hospital staff are people of the global majority and they didn't like that. They were calling them the N-word. Called the police on them, and the police basically said, you can either stay and get treated or you can leave. And they left. So that right there tells you everything you need to know about that family. Okay? So if you had any questions, it absolutely was about racism. It was. Okay? Don't question it. That's the truth. And if you're not sure about what I'm telling you, go look it up.
Guys, there's a challenge going on saying, what do women in their 50s look like now? I am 53. Just turned 53 January 5th.
I look 50. Where?
I'm sorry. What does 50 look like? I mean, seeing that I'll be 51 in December. What does 50 look like?
And this is what 50 looks like.
Okay, I might as well jump on this trend. What does over 50 look like? I never wear makeup, so this is me. No filters, no makeup, just me.
So white women are on the internet beefing with black women over being 50. So white 50 versus black 50. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't even want to say a lot. This is a battle I don't want to get into. But I just want you guys to watch this video and tell me honestly, who ages better between white women and black women? Because white women are posting their videos on how 50 looks like, and black women are showing their videos on how black looks like. And the internet is going crazy.
So apparently everybody is showing what 50 looks like. So this is 50. Makeup only to enhance my natural features. But 50, yeah. 51 in August.
Okay, I might as well jump on this trend. What does over 50 look like? I never wear makeup, so this is me. No filters, no makeup, just me. I'm 57.
You look great, bud.
Thank you, man.
Is this true you turned 50?
Yeah, you know that black don't crack unless you sleep. Well, let's be clear, Jimmy. I turned black 50.
What is black 50?
Oh, it's different than white 50. It's black 50 is like we like 25 in the face and like 82 in the prostate. You know what I mean?
I look 50. Where?
I'm sorry. What does 50 look like? I mean, seeing that I'll be 51 in December. What does 50 look like? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, what does 54 look like? Seeing that 3 years later, in December, I'm going to be 54. Like, what does 54 look like? You tell me.
So I'm just gonna accept this because I won't be 80 no more.
They asking me if y'all twins, and I'm telling them y'all are sisters. Who's the oldest?